What is up, guys? Today I am beyond excited. This is going to be probably one of the coolest review comparisons I have ever done. Definitely the most in depth. But today, as the thumbnail probably says, the title of the video probably says, we are going to be taking a look and comparing the two Millennium Falcons here. So we've got the 2019 Millennium Falcon from The Rise of Skywalker and the 2025 Dark Falcon. Let's jump into it. All right, so I want this to be known that this is not going to be like a full review of each Falcon. I'm just going to do like a comparison between the two. And then just sort of give my thoughts and opinions on it in that fashion. So, unfortunately, I'm sorry if this is not a full-scale review of each Falcon, in a sense. That being said, this is 75257 from Rise of Skywalker, released in 2019. This is 1,353 pieces, includes 5 minifigs, and then an R2 and D-O. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the droids. I mean, I would consider R2 a minifig. D-O definitely not, but that's okay. Just a couple of things that read off of like the specifications of the set. So you've got rotating top and bottom gun turrets. The turret also fits minifigs, so which is actually where I ended up finding Finn. I couldn't find him at first, but it's got a seat for 2 figs, and it just slides right in the top, and then closes the hatch there. Loosely closes the hatch, but yeah, so rotating gun on the top and the bottom. 2 spring-loaded shooters, which are right in the front. So if you push down the spring-loaded shooter, which is not currently loaded, would shoot out of the front. And that's right there. And then mirrored on the other side. There is a lowering ramp. So a lowering ramp at the front. And then a cockpit as well, space for 2, and I actually was able to put I put Chewie up there and then D-O on the single stud in the back, but you could fit 2 figs plus D-O in the cockpit. And then a bunch of interior details. So this is kind of where we'll see the differences between the two Falcons, and just everything that is included, like play feature wise, I guess you could say. So we'll go here for the classic top down view. We have cargo spaces, containers, navigation computers. We've got like the game table, the holo table, galley. There's bunk beds, galley right there with some little food and drink. I have my shooters right there. And then, let's see. There is the hidden cargo compartment in the back. There's the hyperdrive repair tools, which is actually what Lando is holding, and I'll show you that here in a minute. But yeah, that's pretty much the main overview here. So you've got your control seat, just various things to sit your figures on, couches and whatnot, little corridors to walk your figures through. Yeah, just a closer look here. But yeah, moving on to the figures. I do have to say that this is a pretty great figure selection, in my opinion. Pretty nice all-around selection here. So it pretty much encompasses the movie and the Falcon in the best way possible, I think. So you've got Finn, you've got Old Man Lando, and those are the hyperdrive fixing tools in his hand. And, you know, beautifully, we have the cloth capes that we don't really see too often anymore, unfortunately. We have the Chewbacca figure, nothing to change there. Probably the best mold they've ever done. Little tiny Dio gets the job done, but really not like a playable character. And then Boolio. This one is so cool. We only ever see Boolio in this set. So, you know, pretty exclusive, cool minifig with that really cool head mold. Then you've got C-3PO and R2. Just your basic, nothing too fancy. No leg prints, no side prints, no back prints on R2. So, yeah, just pretty basic, which is fine. But yeah, that's your fig collection. And then... oh, sorry, before I forget, couple of specifications. So it's sitting at just a little over 5 inches or 14 centimeters tall, 17 inches or 44 centimeters long, 12 inches and 30, which is 32 centimeters wide. It is currently sold out, not retired yet, but currently sold out on Lego.com for $169.99. I have seen a couple of other listings on various platforms for about $100 or about $102. So kind of depends on where you look, but you can still get this ship and sometimes for under retail. And I would say definitely worth it for the figure selection, along with definitely worth it for the build selection. It's a tried and true Falcon that really, you know, encompasses and embodies like the classic interior of the Falcon. All the panels open up really nicely. You've got, you know, movie accurate like areas in the ship that we see, like the hollow chest table and things of that nature that just sort of bring this set together and, you know, make it feel like you're quite literally playing in the movie. So yeah, moving on to the next Falcon. Now on to the big, bad, menacing Falcon. Dark Falcon, excuse me. And I had this cockpit on a little sideways. Whoopsies. Any rate, this thing is so cool. It's just, the color scheme is awesome. The build is phenomenal. And at the same time, it reads so similarly to that Rise of Skywalker Falcon. And then, I mean, the figures are absolutely unmatched. So before I go too crazy here, let me read you some notes about this one. So this Falcon is the Dark Falcon inspired by LEGO's Rebuild the Galaxy show on Disney Plus. Set number 75389. Oh, and I did put this note in here. This set is a 10 plus set, but the Rise of Skywalker Falcon was a 9 plus set. Thought that was kind of weird. Not really sure how they determined that. If somebody knows, you know, let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, Dark Falcon is a 10 plus. Rise of Skywalker is a 9 plus. So on this Dark Falcon, we're at 1,579 pieces, including 6 minifigs, a Beach Luke, Darth Rey, Darth Jar Jar, Bounty Hunter C-3PO, Darth Dev, and Jedi Vader. Again, here I'll do just a couple of features of the ship and then we'll go from there. So we've got a removable cockpit, just like the other one. This has room for 2 figures with a slightly different configuration in here, and you might even be able to get like one standing up in the back, so possibly 3. Possibly 3. I haven't tried. Definitely 1. I put Darth Jar Jar in there. But at any rate, 2 spring-loaded shooters in the front again. Same activation. Put your finger in here and push down on the shooter. I didn't load it just for safety purposes, but that's how it works. Again, there are 2 rotating cannons, one on the top and one on the bottom. And then same functionality here, where this opens up to reveal space for 2 figs controlling the guns on the top of the ship. And then this dish is actually also different in comparison to the 2019 Falcon. Just thought that was something fun to point out. And a lot of like the greebling and whatnot on the details of the ship are different, which makes sense. I mean, it's not the same, so it's got to be different to some degree. But yeah, moving on. There is I just mentioned the radar dish. Sorry, I'm reading through my notes here. Same type of panel that folds down here in the front. And then when you open it up, that's where things start to get pretty exciting and pretty different, if I have to say. So right off the bat in the front here, instead of the control panel facing the back of the ship, we have this throne right up front, which faces a control monitor screen. So that's kind of cool. They changed that up a little bit. You have your beds in the front here, where in the 2019 Falcon, they were in the back portion of the Falcon. I have the stud shooter, or the missiles right there up in the front. And I also kept like, I don't know, a couple of lightsabers or something up there for figures that I'm not, actively having them hold. And then, let's see, so two walkways to go through again. And if you look under there, there is Luke's surfboard hanging up on the wall. Beach Luke and his surfboard. Thought that was a really cool little detail that they included. There is, in fact, a lowering ramp on the side right here. If you can see that from inside the ship. But there it is right there. I'll try to show you here from the side that it indeed does lower. It's really hard to see from the angles. I apologize, but yeah, it drops down. For functionality purposes, you can't get, figures in and out of there, but it is there, and it does function as an opening and closing mechanism, if you will. And then we continue on to the back here. You've got a little crate with a few things surrounding it. This, I believe, is supposed to be the hyperdrive. And then probably the coolest section is this little like hangout zone that Beach Luke has. And so you've got 2 seats, you've got a gaming controller, you've got a TV playing something, and then you have like a mock PS5 over here. Thought that was so cool, that little extra detail that they made. But yeah, there's your aerial shot. Pretty cool. Sorry, one thing I did forget to mention was this like sort of jail piece back here. It's like all these translucent red pieces, and it just has one little spot in there to sit. So that's like the brig of the ship, the jail, if you will. Full disclosure, did not finish watching the show, so I don't know what purpose this necessarily serves, if it does in the show, but that is how the instructions or the pamphlet described it. This is supposed to be the little jail. And then roughly the same breakdown for measurements. We've got just over 5 inches, the 12 centimeters, 17 inches long, about the 44 centimeters. And then 12 and a half inches wide, so about the 32 centimeters wide. Okay, so I did write down here, oddly enough, that the 2019 Falcon said 12 inches, 32 centimeters wide. This one also said 12 and a half inches, 32 centimeters wide. I did some math here because it obviously wasn't the same, and I'm calling Lego out as being a bunch of liars. But at any rate, 12 inches is 30.48 centimeters, and 12 and a half inches is 31.75 centimeters. So a rounding error, not taking our metric friends into consideration. So I will apologize on behalf of Lego, who oddly enough probably uses metric system because they're in Denmark. So, oh well. Anyway, rant over with. Moving on to the figs, we've got Darth Jar Jar. An absolute beauty of a fig with his double-bladed lightsaber. Just looks so cool. This is my first Jar Jar figure too, so I really like it. It's really, really cool. The Jedi Vader, another immaculate figure. This thing is just beautiful in all of its essence. The only thing I'm not super in love with is the helmet gap there, and I don't know if you can actually fix that in any way, shape, or form. But then you can remove the helmet to reveal his smiling Jedi Vader face. But yeah, little tiny helmet gap, not the biggest thing in the world. And it sometimes fixes itself if you press the helmet down a little bit harder. Darth Rey, a pupilless Darth Rey, might I add. She's fine. She's cool. I wish there was more to her lightsaber, but that's okay. Darth Dev, specifically created for the show. Pretty cool figure as well. Very angsty with his haircut, that's for sure. Probably my absolute favorite of all of the figs here is this Beach Luke. Just an absolute beach bum. He's wearing the necklace that Anakin gave to Padme, which I thought was a really cool little Easter egg in there. The only thing I really wish they would have done is printed some sort of blue milk label on his blue milk carton, or even if they gave us a sticker to apply. I just really would have liked that tiny bit of extra detail, although that detail, may have cost them too much money to make it worthwhile, but that's fine. Side leg printing might have made more sense for this too, since it's like showing him in flip-flops, but that's fine. And then last but not least, our Bounty Hunter C-3PO with his black arm and red eyes. So yeah, not much more to add there. No side printing. So yeah, pretty cool. I do apologize. I would like to make an amendment to the first part of the video here. There is also a lowering ramp here on the 2019 Falcon. It was just stuck so tight because I haven't basically touched this set in so long that it didn't want to drop, so I couldn't really find it. But yeah, that is a lowering ramp, the exact same ramp that is mirrored on the Dark Falcon. Okay, sorry about that, guys. Last few talking points, really, of the comparison. I mean, I have to say that the old or original Falcon, follows more of the canon look of the ship, and it pays homage to it in a really good way. It does have about 200 pieces less, and then versus the one extra character in the Dark Falcon. So, I mean, take that for what you will. You wouldn't be able to tell, really, that there's 200 pieces less in the 2019 Falcon versus the Dark Falcon. At least I can't, just by looking at it anyway. I don't feel as though I'm being shorthanded based on the build, just looking at them side by side. The new design, has different greebling and whatnot, and I think that's really cool, and it adds, a new flair to it, so it's not just copy and paste, which I do appreciate. The upside to the Dark Falcon is that it's all, 6 exclusive figures that aren't in any other set. So whereas over here on the 2019 Falcon, the only set exclusive one is Bulio. So yeah, you get a little bit more exclusivity out of the Dark Falcon, but I mean, this one, the 2019, is, tried and true. So definitely this one more fit for like a movie purist, but from a figure standpoint, the Dark Falcon definitely takes the win in my book. Again, though, not to discredit the exclusivity of that Bulio figure. You just get, I think, way cooler figures that fans have been asking for much longer in the Dark Falcon. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about both Falcons in the comment section below. Give the thumbs up, or give the video a thumbs up. Let me know if you have either of these or both of these, and oh my gosh, let me know how much dust has accumulated on your sets. I had to vacuum these with my little special Lego vacuum. Oh man, they were disgusting. So I unfortunately don't have a display case for them that keeps them out of the dust, so, but you know, that's how it goes with Lego. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know down in the comment section below. Like I said, hit that like button if you did enjoy the video, and consider subscribing if you haven't already. I will catch you in the next video. Peace!